The 20th of November is the day that everybody's waiting for. The World Cup will start, which means that we will see great football with great teams and great players in a couple of days. And although we'll see the two greatest football players ever, there are a lot of other players who are sadly not able to participate in this year's tournament. That's why in today's video, we'll be talking about the top 10 players who can't and won't play any games in the World Cup 2022 in Qatar. Number 1. Erling Haaland's absence in the tournament is pretty clear. Norway failed to qualify for the World Cup this year. The Manchester City superstar has proven this year that he is an absolute machine. The 22-year-old was able to score 18 goals in 13 games while assisting 3 goals on top of that for the citizens. When looking at his performance for the Norwegian squad, we see a similar result. 23 games, 21 goals, 3 assists. But still, it wasn't enough for the World Cup. Number 2. Timo Werner is next on the list. The former Chelsea striker will be missing in the World Cup for Germany this year because of an ankle ligament injury during RB Leipzig's Champions League win over Shakhtar Donetsk this year. He had to leave the field after 19 minutes. The game ended 4-0 for RB Leipzig. Number 3. Diogo Jota is Liverpool's offensive power, and after his injury against Manchester City this year, he's not only a loss for the Liverpool squad this season, but also a big loss for the Portuguese squad in this World Cup. He was meant to be Cristiano Ronaldo's help this winter and assist and feed him with balls which Ronaldo was meant to convert. But with Rafael Leao, the Portuguese have another strong player that can work with CR7 in front of the goal. Number 4. Reece James has always performed very well for the squad of England, but sadly the 22-year-old has injured himself in a Champions League game with Chelsea this season. His absence will not affect England too much because they still have Trent Alexander-Arnold and Kieran Trippier on the same position. But the problem is that with Reece James, the English have always had a better performance, and with him not having played any World Cup yet, it must feel very frustrating to be so close to the World Cup debut and get it taken away because of injury. Number 5. N'Golo Kante's absence is not only a big loss for the French squad because of his footballing skills, but also because of his happiness and humbleness. The 31-year-old has had an amazing career since the Premier League win with Leicester City and the World Cup win in 2018. But sadly, he has only played 2 games this year with Chelsea, after which he injured his hamstring in August. He will be surely missed by the French in Qatar this winter because he was often the one holding the team together in the midfield. Number 6. Paul Pogba's absence this year is probably the biggest heartbreak for every football fan. The Frenchman won't play the World Cup in Qatar because of a knee surgery he had undergone. Pogba has shown us in the last World Cup that he is a key player for the French squad by scoring and assisting goals for Les Bleus and leading them in 2018 to the World Cup win. Since rejoining Juventus, he hasn't played a single minute of football and won't until after the World Cup. Whose absence will have the biggest impact in your opinion? Is there a player you've wished to see play but he sadly didn't make it? Let us know in the comments below. Tell us who you're supporting and who you think is going to win. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's free.